Welcome. I know this is probably a surprise because we have not had a video podcast in a while, probably since I think the last one was in December. So, as we've said here at the Black Four Horsemen podcast, life be life, and there's a lot of things been going on. But I just got done watching WWE's Elimination Chamber pay per view, and I was thinking I have to go on and discuss what happened tonight. So hopefully we'll get the gang back together and have the bring back the weekly shows soon. But tonight is my reaction to what I just saw, and that was the WWE Elimination Chamber PLE for this year, 2025. So those wrestling fans out there, we know that this is the road to WrestleMania. We had the Royal Rumble, and the winners of the Royal Rumble, get title matches at WrestleMania. And now that there's two world titles, you always have another option for someone else to get one of those other title shots. So we'd already determined that Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. He chose Gunther, the champion over Raw. So he would be facing Gunther at WrestleMania. But you had the other championship that Cody Rhodes has still up for grab. Well, who will Cody wrestle at Mania? Was determined tonight with the Elimination Chamber. On the women's side, you had who won the Rumble on the women's side, because you have Tiffany now. No, who won? Yeah, so Tiffany Stratton will face. Oh, I cannot remember who won the Rumble. That's crazy. On women's side, because you already got Rio is going to go against Io Sky on Monday nights to determine her opponent. Her opponent was determined. Her opponent, Mania. Rhea's opponent is determined tonight, Elimination Chamber. Charlotte Flair won the Rumble. I just thought about it. So we already had that match sold up. Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's title. We needed someone to face Rhea for the Women's World title, and that was determined tonight. So anybody that watches the review knows what the main topic is going to be, but I'm going to start from the top and go, because a lot of things happened tonight. The biggest thing was at the end of the show, and I will get to that. But the show started out with the women's Elimination Chamber match, and I'm be honest with you, hey, I'm an old man. I fell asleep during the kickoff show, and I literally woke up to hearing Jade Cargill's name, and I thought I was dreaming. And I kind of woke up and got myself together, ended up rewinding the pay-per-view because I couldn't miss this part. I saw her walk into the ring, but I didn't want to see anything else, so I quickly paused and rewind. So the match opens up. All the women that are in the match are introduced. Right before they close the cage, Jade Cargill comes out. And the two women in the match, in the ring at the time, is Liv Morgan and Naomi. There's been speculated that Liv had something to do with Jay's attack. So we all thinking that Jade is going to attack Liv. The rumors on the internet was that Naomi had something to do with Jade being taken out of action. And when Jade Cargill stormed the ring, she got in and she beeline straight to Naomi and literally whooped Naomi's ass. It was crazy. I have not seen a woman give out that type of beating in a long time. The kicks, the punches, they all looked real. It looked like she was taking out her frustrations out on Naomi. Now, we still don't know for sure if Naomi had something to do with the attack, but we can all assume, because why would you attack her if you didn't have anything to do with taking Jade out? So they got a huge pop, because a lot of the internet and people were saying that Naomi was the one. So this kind of proves it, but we'll definitely hear more about that, I would assume, next week, probably on SmackDown. And what I loved about this segment is that they did it in the corner closer to where Bianca was in the pot, and Bianca is like screaming and crying, trying to get out to try to understand, because she doesn't understand what's going on. But that's the way that started out. And I saw a lot of people on the internet saying that this was Jay's heel turn. No, Jay's not the heel in this situation. Naomi is. If it's proven that Naomi had something to do with her attacking Jay, Naomi is the heel. And this was just Jay's getting her payback. So once all the chaos kind of ended, they got Jade out. They had to stretcher Naomi out. Naomi was out of the match. Not only did she take a beat down in the corner, but she also got the cage slammed against her as she was trying to crawl out of the cage. So once that all ended, the match went on, and as I predicted, and that was what I wanted to happen, Bianca Belair ended up winning the chamber match. So because I want to see Bianca and Rhea on that grand stage on WrestleMania. They had a few matches back in NXT, but since they've both been on the main roster, I don't believe Bianca and Rhea has ever had a one-on-one match since they've been on the main roster. So it's due time, and that's what I wanted to see. So because I believe it'd be a banger match, that's going to be one of the ones I think going to steal the show or whatever night of WrestleMania that it's on. So then that match ended. Cool down, and the next match was a tag team match with Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus, and I'm gonna say, look, I was a young man during the Attitude Era. I watched all of it, and Trish Stratus could get it back then, and she can still get it now. I mean, she's still fine, and that's all I got to say about that because Trish can still get it. But that match happened, and it was Trish and Tiffany versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae and Tiffany in Toronto, in Trish Stratus's hometown. So they got the win and the pop. Look, I see OG has jumped in, so I'm gonna add him. I may not be solo after all. So here we go. Oh man, what up, OG?
Hey man, listen, man, man.
Now look, I know in the group chat you said you'd only seen the last part, so I have not got there yet. But since you're here, we can go ahead and jump on because I know you're busy. That's what's going on. I just talked about the women's match, the women's elimination chamber match, and you saw some of it in the group chat. So just kind of give you background what happened. Jade Cargill comes out as the match starts. They haven't even closed the gates yet.
Oh,
but the two people that started the match was Naomi and Liv Morgan. So they're both in the ring. When Jade comes down, Liv was like, I didn't do it. And everybody thinking she's going to Liv. And she went straight to Naomi, beat Naomi down in the corner, basically took her out where they had to stretcher Naomi out of the ring. So the match ended up being, I think it's normally 6 women, ended up being 5 women. Bianca ended up winning the match, but she was very emotional in the beginning. She was locked in the pod, so she couldn't help. So she's crying and screaming, trying to get out. And so we're curious to see what happens after that. But that's where I am now, and we can jump to the men's main event because I know you want to talk about it. But yeah, that's what I thought so far.
Go for it. Just keep going. I'm gonna just stay on mute
okay,
because I didn't see nothing of it.
Okay, yeah. So then, yeah, and I don't want to spoil. You're gonna go back and watch it, so you'll get the issue of what I'm talking about. So, but yeah, and I mentioned briefly about Tiffany and Trish Stratus versus Naomi and Candice. It was a decent match. 2 baby faces won, Tiffany and Trish. So the next matchup was the unsanctioned match with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And all I can say is they damn near killed each other in this whole match. It was old. I think he said in the group chat, it was old ECW type vibes with the chairs and the table spots and the it was brutal. And again, another thing that I thought was going to happen because we had not seen him in a while. Kind of feel like this was a night of returns. As the match ends, Kevin Owens beats Sami Zayn, beat him down. Randy Orton shows up, and again, Randy is still pissed about how KO took him out. He got some blows in, some punches in to KO, dropped him with a RKO, and was getting ready to do a chair spot, hit him with a chair, but changed his mind and dropped the chair, adjusted the knee brace, bagged up into the corner like he's about to do the punt, and then the security and everything grabbed Randy Orton before he could punt him. So that I predict and I assume that's going to be, we're going to lead to Randy and KO at WrestleMania one of those nights. So I think that's where we go. That's where we go from there. So yeah, because it wasn't before matches. I mean, granted, now we're basically at the men's chamber match. So the match started out as normal. Now Well, back in the beginning, and now people again, I mentioned it before. I had fell asleep during the kickoff show, so I woke up as the women's match was starting, or as they was introducing all the women, and I actually heard them yell Jay Cargill's name in my dream. I thought I was dreaming about something, but then when I woke up and realized, okay, the pay per view is on, and that's why I heard the name.
So you jumped up then.
Right. So and look, and back is just great. What's real crazy about it in the dream? I don't know what I was dreaming about, but I could have sworn I heard them say Jay Cargill has joined Bobby Lashley team, and I'm like, hold on, Jay back in AEW, and that's when I kind of got my senses back together. Like, what the hell going on? So that's when I woke up and saw her coming to the ring. I was like, oh snap! So yeah, and I did rewind because again, I wanted to see all the intro of women being introduced and actually see everything from the beginning. But yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy dream. So yeah, but I'll say that in the beginning of the show, I heard that Canada booed the national anthem, when the United States was singing the national anthem or singing, I don't know what song it is that Canada booed, but when Logan Paul came to the ring, he came out, they booed and whatever. He was like, hold on, went back and got a U.S. flag and started waving the flag, and they booed him even more. So
I loved it.
Logan's definitely getting the heat on that.
You gotta love him.
So yeah, so the end of the match, match went on. Damian Priest was able to get a roll up on Drew McIntyre and pin Drew, and then Logan Paul ended up pinning Damian Priest. And then you got left with basically the final three, which is Punk, Seth Rollins, and John Cena. And they went back and forth. And I wasn't quite sure who they wanted Cody to face at Mania, especially with the Rock's whole involvement in there. But it ended up being Cena. Cena wins the match. Everybody cheering, congratulations. And then I think I said in group chat, I said, hold on, has Cody made his decision yet? Because I thought maybe I missed it when I was sleeping. And then you hear Cody's music come down. I knew then, I was like, okay, this is how they can close the show. Cody comes down, congratulates Cena, and here comes Rock. Rock wants to know his answer, and this is the part where I think when you picked up and saw it. So, yeah, this is what the world's gonna be talking about tonight and tomorrow morning. So, Cody tells Rock, and I was surprised he said, Cody said, "Go fuck yourself," and I'm like, whoa.
I wasn't expecting
and they didn't bleep out anything. It was just like, boom, there it is.
I was like, oh, Cody.
Yeah, and then and the lie I said, I kind of predicted as he was saying. He said, well, my soul, I sold my soul to the fans a long time ago. That's what kind of Cody said.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, that was coming, yeah. So,
but remember, I asked a sarcastic question. I said, is Cena turning tonight?
Yeah, and I said, no, not right now. Maybe, Rock give Cena the same proposal about, maybe he did. We just didn't see it.
But the reason why I asked that was because Cena never left the ring. And that was strange to me.
Yeah.
That was very strange.
That was too.
I did not understand Travis Scott's purpose of being there. That unless he was selling his quarter pounder.
No, this is my, which he don't even have anymore. Angel Reese got that now. If you go to McDonald's, it's Angel Reese special now. But this is the prime example of The Rock doing too much. Same thing when he was in New Orleans, I guess for just a SmackDown, and he played Lil Wayne's music before he played his. The Rock had Travis Scott come out there. Why? I don't know. I mean, he's not from Toronto. If anything, even though Drake may not have a lot of fans right now, you bring Drake out. I mean, he's the Canada guy. But yes, I don't understand.
About the red man,
right? So
red man.
But yeah. So that was just The Rock, I think, doing too much and having Travis Scott out there.
But I think it's gonna be Travis Scott gonna get involved some kind of way in WrestleMania because they at least let him put the weed down for this show.
Right. What did you say? He was smoking something in the corner over there because he came out drinking like a Red Bull.
No.
And even Pat McAfee said
he was doing that doggone voodoo. I mean,
that's okay. That's what I was getting at because Pat McAfee said he was doing sage. I thought he was back there smoking, but yeah, because he was doing something like that, and even Pat McAfee pointed it out.
Because I was like, "What is this fool doing over in the corner?"
Yeah, man, it's too much.
Yeah,
but snap! Hold on, we got somebody else. Look, making his podcast debut, the final boss.
What's up, yeah?
What's up, man?
What's up with it, man?
Can't call it, man. But look, we at the point where I think you want to talk about it anyway. What happened at the end of the show with John Cena, Cody, and The Rock, and even Travis Scott, is what you said.
Man, yeah, I'm sorry. What you
Well, no. Well, okay. Well, let me go ahead and sum it up. So the match ends.
I saw.
Cody comes out. Yeah,
I saw.
I'm giving the people kind of what happened to me. They may not have known. So, Cena wins. Cody comes out, congratulates him. You hear the Rock's music. He comes out with Travis Scott for whatever reason. He wants an answer from Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes basically cussed him out and tell him no. And then here's the twist. Cena comes in with the hug. He dapping Cody up, say good decision. And he's looking at The Rock the whole time. The Rock does the throat slash. John's facial expression changes. Kicks him in the nuts. And everybody knows, watched wrestling for years, when you kick somebody in the nuts, you are immediately a heel right there. So, and that's what happened.
Hey man, that was a nice little nut shot.
He was a force behind it. Yeah,
I was like, "Ooh, that's
say what did he?"
It's
a nice nut shot. What's the name of his podcast again? What's a nice nut shot? Okay, yeah, we're gonna let that ride.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hey, it's all systems go on this joint, especially when I'm on. You don't know what I'm gonna say, buddy.
I might go log off on this.
but we get to the root of this whole discussion now. So John Cena beat. Now I would say this: the beat down, it was great. Cena's a heel turn. I think he was kind of doing a little too much. I understand the Rolex, you get the blood, you're getting punches down, couple of shots with the belt, but then that was it. And then just they laid him down straight. The Rock pulled out the belt, started whipping on the belt. So we're going to get, it looks like, a heel John Cena versus Cody Rhodes at Mania.
And I'm gonna tell you what I thought was an interesting concept. Well, not a concept, but a thought, and that's how I figured that it was gonna probably happen. They said they have 8 more months. John Cena has 8 more months.
Yeah.
To go. So you gonna have him not be champion for those 8 months? Come on.
No, I think I think he's gonna win. That's the thing. I think the whole point of the heel turn was so that Cena could win, and then he'll win to a point, get to 18. Even if the fans boo him for a while, they can quickly turn him back before he retires. Have him lose as win at Mania, lose it at SummerSlam or something. So he has a record, and then them last few months from September to December, whatever, he can go back out as the face.
So people, so check it, right? So, man, I think I ain't gonna lie, that's probably one of the best pay-per-views I've seen in a very long time. Like, I think the story build-up. I mean, all right, so we talking about the Cody Rhodes situation, right? I think it was actually very theatrical. It gave me old school NWO WCW vibes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I saw it, I was kind of like y'all at first. I'm like, why the hell is Travis Scott there? But you know who he reminds me of? Stone Cold versus Shawn Michaels with Mike Tyson, being that guy, right?
Yeah.
So some tells me, Travis Scott's going to have a little bit more to do with it. That's that entertainment piece.
Yeah.
WWE always tried to have like a hip hop or somebody outside of WWE very influential in certain stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, man, I was like, why the hell is John Cena even in this match? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who cares? We all care now because John Cena was the one we always thought that would never turn heel. And the way he did it tonight, in my opinion, 2 things, man, it's going to really elevate the end of his career because now we care a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to see what a heel John Cena is going to look like over the next couple of weeks or months. And it's also really y'all going to elevate Cody's career. And it's kind of like the good guy versus the really good guy, right? The American champion versus the American champion. And now it's been flipped. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Cena's now that, you know what I'm saying? It's like Cena now is that he's like that Hulk Hogan of the WWE when it's Hollywood Hogan. We never thought it. And now what it's going to do, I feel like, because Cena was, I mean, not Cena, but Cody was getting boring as hell to me. I was kind of like, bro, I don't even think they can find no good attire for this man. He come out looking like a preacher every week.
Well, so actually, I was going to bring that up because Cena did an interview, I guess a few months ago, where there was a time last year or maybe year before that he thought about coming back as a heel. Well, he got heel gear made. I don't know what that heel gear would look like. He's always wrestled in them shorts, them jean shorts. So unless he had something different going on, but so I'm assuming that's probably already in the closet waiting for him to bring it out. So I'm curious to see what that's going to look like now. Whenever he does, because I would think if you're gonna turn, see, he only has so many dates. You can't turn like this and then not show up until Mania. True. So he has to be on like SmackDown, or if not next week, the week after, something to give some kind of reaction on it and an explanation, because they always want the heels to explain why did you do this, why did you do that. So,
because let's be honest, if he had not turned, y'all,
I would want to see that match. I wouldn't.
And this would be a really boring Mania. Yeah. Like for real. Because I was like, I don't know what they doing with Gunther, man. It's dog. He just kind of like
setting him up to lose.
I think he's gonna lose to Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Because the crowd is behind Jey so much right now. But
and I was watching something and Big E said, I'm trying to figure out why. Why would he do that? He had everything. I think his explanation is gonna be he wanted to beat that 16.
Oh yeah. He wants
whatever it took to get there.
Yeah.
So does he get there by selling his soul? Is the question.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I was looking at, I think I told y'all, I was like, and then I thought about it. I see why they didn't do it. I thought Roman Reigns was gonna come out.
You know, I did too. I was expecting Roman.
But if you think about it,
how would they have put him in there though? Like.
Man, kind of jumping in there helping when Cena was beating the hell out of Cody in the middle of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I look, I said, nah, you had the reason it went so long because we had to let it marinate that Cena was a heel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was like, as much as you want to put Roman in here right now, and I feel like he's gonna have a mix in this somewhere, that wasn't the time. You had to let that whole thing play out and not rush it. May not end it early and let nobody else take away from that moment that we saw with Cena.
Yeah. I agree with that one. I think you're gonna have Roman come back Mania after Cena wins, and he gonna get up in the Rock face, and then that's gonna be. I think we're gonna get that Rock Roman match eventually.
I think you get it next year.
It's coming, but I don't know. Yeah.
I think you get it next year. I think they setting it up. That's why I say I don't know how The Rock, Cena, Cody, and Rhodes will interface, but I do feel like it's gonna happen. I feel like this is this perfect setup. Just like I feel like, man, earlier what you're saying, Quilly, man, I think we're gonna see the perfect setup for Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair next year at WrestleMania 2.
We're getting that now. The question is, do we wait all the way to Mania, or would you get it before then? Because we're gonna have to get. Okay, let's back up.
Maybe SummerSlam.
Yeah, maybe SummerSlam. So here's the thing, and I saw some people on the internet saying this, so I don't want to say I took credit for it, but Naomi couldn't have attacked Jay by herself, not to do the damage that she did. So the rumor was, okay, who helped her? Now those two girls, like in NXT, Lash Legend and Jakari Jackson, people are saying you can group them three being the ones to take out Jay. So you may actually get Bianca pissed at Naomi for what she did. Bianca helping Jay early on to kind of get her lick back between those three, and then eventually Bianca and Jade had words because again, Bianca, you moved on, gained a new partner, forgot all about me, won the championship. So it's like, what's up? So that's where you can kind of get that feud from. So
it's interesting.
Yeah, that's the way I think it's gonna happen, man. But that is
yet again
legits of what happened tonight. So
yet again, Trips has done it again. He got it all like, what's next?
Yeah, man, they going. I'm gonna tell you, y'all. I was looking on when I was on Twitter. I'm sorry, X. I said, when I was on X.
It's still Twitter, goddamn.
When I was on X, everybody was talking about Jade Cargill, and they were like, the Elimination Chamber was like a 10 out of 10. That was probably one of the best ways to bring her back. Great draw, Triple H. That's a lot of what I saw. And man, I ain't gonna lie, they sold the hell out of it. That tonight gave me old school, man, ECW, good WWE storytelling vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight was a really good night, and it was a really good build up.
Watch it. I gotta go watch it.
That Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens match was, man, it was pretty epic.
It was.
I mean, that was a really good match. They put on a hell of a show.
Yeah. See, you got to go back and watch it from the beginning, man. It was definitely a good show from top to bottom.
Only 4 matches though.
Yeah, only 4 matches. And now, granted, even though I love Tiffany, I love Nia, all of that, you can probably fast forward through their match. But
okay,
they say that was
because it's a late night. You know, fast forward through that one. But the other ones, yeah, you should definitely watch. So
for sure.
I think even the men's elimination chamber was pretty cool. I'm interested to see if they go do the Seth versus CM Punk.
Oh, no doubt. Like,
yeah.
But it has to be Hell in a Cell type match. I love to see that. I really would.
Yeah, it's got to be something epic. You know what I'm saying? Man. Then of course you'll get Damian Priest versus McIntyre and some type. They got to do some type of stipulation match too, because that match would be kind of bored. Man, I hope they put my boy back on top, man. I really want what's my dog name? Oh shit. U.S. title. He's contending for U.S. title.
L.A. Knight?
Big Braun.
Yeah, L.A. Knight. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Braun lost.
I want L.A. Knight to get back on top, man. I think he got a good play.
Hey, man.
I thought you were about to bring up
Fatu, man. That boy.
I was just saying, I was about to bring up Jacob Fatu.
But I see him and Solo going at it at Mania.
Yeah.
I see that too. That's it's some type of tribal something match.
Tribal combat type thing. Yeah.
My question would be, do they put Jacob over Solo? Because Solo gonna lose a whole lot of momentum. Or do they bring somebody else in and make it a tag match?
Nah, you gotta let it be 1-on-1, in my opinion.
Now people like Tama Tonga could probably interfere, but I think a 1-on-1 match.
I can't see Solo losing. It just won't be a good look for him, I don't think.
Solo been catching a lot of L's lately anyway. So I don't think one more gonna hurt him that bad. His relevancy is kind of, I never thought Solo was a guy, to be honest with you anyway. He always looked like he was trying too hard to be the guy.
Now, I mean, Grant, he was good at the time to continue the bloodline storyline, especially with Roman. But now it seems like Roman is kind of he got the Udo follow back. Roman is now more concentrated on getting the title back and doing, going this way, where those other guys from the bloodline, especially now, if Jay wins, he has the title. The original bloodline is doing their own thing now. Now, if you want to continue some type of bloodline storyline, supposedly they still got Tama Tonga's brother, the tall one, Hikulelu, signed. There's a couple more of the Samoan family down in NXT or ready to get called up. So you could see something like that where you can bring almost like a 2.0 version, and maybe Jacob's leading it, and maybe Solo is the underboss under him, because I don't think they give the group back to Solo again, but because Jacob has kind of already surpassed him from a superstar status, I think.
And the crowd loves dude. That's crazy.
They love Jacob Fatu.
He don't get no boos. They hearing that man when he come in. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Hey, so where does Roman fit in this situation? Because clearly he's not gonna. Looks like he's not gonna headline Mania this year.
Right now he does not have a WrestleMania match right now.
He don't even really have a role right now. I guess he don't even fit the storylines. And
the only thing out there is what happened at the end of during the Royal Rumble, when he got eliminated by Seth, and Seth gave him the curve stomp outside the ring. He has been off TV since then, so you can come back and get in with Seth and Punk, and that's what I think is gonna happen anyway. I think it's gonna be a triple threat match.
Right.
So I think that's the main match.
But I'm trying to figure out where he fits in between where CM Punk fit in that then.
Well, it's more okay. Again, supposedly that favor is still out there that he did with Paul Heyman. We don't know what that is. So Seth, the common denominator is Seth, because CM Punk doesn't like Seth and Roman doesn't like Seth.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look at it like that, and then because now the favorite could be, again, Mania is 2 nights. The favorite could be main eventing WrestleMania, because I don't think, even though Jay has that title, Jey Uso has the title shot, I don't think that closes the show on night one. So you can have that title match done on that first night.
Yeah,
but
I can see that
Roman,
actually being first.
right?
Yeah.
Being the first
Yeah.
opening match, yeah. And then you
Yeah.
got Roman, Seth, and Punk as the main event for night one.
The hell y'all got going on this podcast?
That's OG dog over there, man. We gotta put it out there so they don't
Man,
think
look at
something
these
going
jokers.
on.
Man, these jokers over here on the couch just brawling.
Yeah.
I guess they elimination and chambering in themselves.
You need to put your microphone on mute.
That's what all that grunt.
I feel you on that, man. I think too. I think you know what you're saying is definitely, man, accurate. I can see y'all. All right, you got Cena, Rock, and Cody. All right, so however that plays out, I think you then see Roman hit the Rock or something where they kind of collide and go at it, and that creates a big stare down to set you up. That's the major. And honestly, what would excite the crowd more than, of course, Cena winning the belt and finally getting The Rock versus Roman to give you that one-on-one physical interaction? I think that would be a good play for next year's setup. But I don't know, man. I think they got some cool little storylines. I hate the fact that, if y'all notice, the championships, man, it's always one that's mediocre and the other one that's great.
Yeah.
Never two great championship stories being told at the same time. Like, truth be told, it really should be Seth Rollins being WWE champion versus CM Punk with the history. You know what I'm saying? And having a really good build up where it's interesting. Where, like last year, I don't even remember who was the. You know what I'm saying? You knew Cody had it. I don't remember who the other champion even was. It's like that champion is like a B champion. You know what I'm saying?
So here's my theory behind that. And again, it's just a theory. And some people say this. Even though that title is totally different from what the original two champions were supposed to be, remember, they created that second title after they bought out WCW. And they did the brand split. So the big gold belt, the belt Ric Flair has, that was the world championship. Then you had WWE championship. The world championship, no matter what they say, always had that WCW legacy behind it. And in Vince McMahon's eyes, they were secondary. So whenever you had, I don't care who the world champion was, that WCW title, the WWE champion was the ones on the commercials, on the night show, the TV shows, on Jimmy Fallon and all those things back in the day. So even though the current world heavyweight has nothing to do with WCW, I still think in some people's minds it still kind of holds that secondary WCW legacy, and I think that's why we get what we get.
Do y'all think they should get rid of and just go back to one championship? And
it's too many people, man, because you're gonna get to a point where people are gonna be complaining because you get the same people being the champion over and over again.
Gotcha.
And so it gives more opportunities for other people. Same reason why they introduced those additional women titles, because you had so many women now that you needed a women's United States, a women's Intercontinental, just to have some. Because one thing about the belt, even though I complain over at AEW for having so many titles, if you do have a title, it is like an instant storyline built in, where you don't necessarily have to, create something. What's that?
It don't wear your champion down either. So
true, because you can get away with not having them on the show every week.
Right.
I think they need to bring the hardcore championship back personally, since you're in this new era of WWE. And then, man, I just wish they would make the Intercontinental Championship way more elite, in my opinion, than what they make it. It's almost like who is the Intercontinental Champion right now? Is it
no, it's he's a United States champion. Braun Breaker is that's gonna be my point. You got to have a superstar holding those titles to make those titles relevant. And granted, Braun Breaker, he's cool, but he's still new. And so unless you've been watching from like his NXT days, you don't know who that guy is. So,
but the boy is cold though.
He's cold. And if anything, he's gonna go down in the Hall of Fame for that spirit he did on that I Show Speed dude. Because man, he flipped that man inside out.
Yeah,
so,
I think somebody, bro. Like, honestly, I think where the WWE is kind of missing a mark a little bit. Your big men, like I know we got the old skinny white dudes and shit like that, but your champion needs to look a little bit different sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I think Braun Strowman should be the perfect person to be like, man, I don't know what they be doing, my boy Braun, dog. Like,
talking about Braun.
Yeah.
Dog. He is
well, you know,
he's a legit. I mean, he looks like the typical Vince McMahon, old school style athlete. But I mean, he's a hell of a wrestler for sure. So
yeah. Well, speaking of somebody named Braun, close Bronson. Now Bronson Reed could be that guy too. Now he's hurt right now. That's the big Samoan that got hurt jumping off the cage and broke his foot or toe or something. But he can be one that can be that big heavyweight, looks like a champion type dude. So
we hadn't had one of those in a while.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We hadn't seen.
Real quick, because again, I want to keep all up all night. Real quick, as we wrap up, I just happened to be scrolling through Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and I just saw a picture where it says, "Which moment is more shocking? Hulk Hogan turning heel when he joined the NWO, or what happened with John Cena tonight? Which one is more shocking?"
Hogan.
Yeah, because of the years the Hogan was face. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I guess I didn't see, when I saw Hogan coming to the ring, the thought in my head never said he turning. But when the stuff started unfolding after this Elimination Chamber, I felt it was a possibility that Cena could turn. So yeah, it's Hogan for sure.
Yeah. Now, this was really good. And that's why I said, man, WWE smart, because this was the best way to actually let John Cena ride down the sunset. And to that point, I think what you see, Quill, I remember earlier you were saying something like, you know, is he heel for 5 months, then good for the last, 3? No, I think he stays heel till he rides out in the sunset. If you bring him back in a year or so, or, you know what I'm saying, kind of mix him in, not maybe as a wrestler, but something else. And I think he gets the love that he's supposed to get. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Because at this point now, I want to see. It's like it's like the bad Sonic. Like, I want to see what Cena gonna do. You know what I'm saying? How ruthless can he be? What is he gonna look like? So
yeah,
and especially with The Rock there too, to kind of help him catapult it. Like, man, don't rush it. Like, hey, ride this one out. Because at first I was like, bro, I don't want to see y'all get this man a championship just because you want to.
Yep, and that's exactly what I see.
Now I'm like, if he gonna be here and he finna work it, let's see what happens.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. And I literally just read this off of Twitter too, but I just thought about it. So we are at a point this year. We have a heel New Day, a heel John Cena, and now possibly a heel Naomi. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, we up, man. It's gonna be a good ride here for the next 3-4 months. I would hope so.
So is the heel Naomi better, or is the heel Jade better? Which one?
Okay, Jade is a better heel. Jade does not need to be heel right now. It's gonna get there because just her the way she attacked her tonight, the look she held on her face walking back to the ring, she has that heel. There's certain wrestlers that just look like heels, and Jade is one. I mean, Miz is another one. Miz just looks like a heel. Randy Orton is one that, he just. I mean, even though he gets cheered, he just looks like.
We didn't even talk about Randy coming back.
Yeah. I mentioned it earlier that Randy came back doing the KO match. Stunning, KO, and so that's gonna probably set up a match for them at Mania. But yeah, it's just certain wrestlers that are heels, and that heel fully heel turn for Jade is coming, just not right now. So, but we'll see.
So you don't think it's gonna happen? Okay.
I think, because here's the thing, because ultimately I think they're going to get to Jade and Bianca. And Bianca can't be I don't think Bianca's gonna be the heel. She's in that early John Cena mode where everybody loves her. She's gonna be babyface. That's when you fully turn Jade, because you're gonna need a fully heel Jade against Bianca whenever they decide to have that match.
Or do you actually turn Bianca sooner, because you gotta have somebody turn heel in that match? Rhea, she just turned face. So do you go ahead and let Bianca turn heel?
No. Okay. So there's a good. I noticed something else WWE is starting to do a really good job at building storylines and matches from years before, right? So I think Bianca and what's my guy? Who am I thinking about? Who?
Jade.
No.
Naomi.
WWE, the women's champion. Shit.
Rhea.
Rhea. It's like
I know.
Rhea and Bianca have had a lot of matches. There's actually a story out there I saw it where they like been going back and forth at each other for years.
I said at the beginning of the show, they've had a lot of matches in NXT. They have not had a one-on-one match since they both been on the main roster. So yeah,
they were supposed to, weren't they? And I think did Rhea get hurt or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think you get that match, and I don't think you get a heel versus a face. I think you just get a good rivalry match.
2 faces, yeah.
And I think that's where the WWE got to get back to, right? You look at rivalry matches back in the day between, like the Undertaker and Stone Cold. Them folks will fight for 2 years and then go on 2 years. Then 2 years they come back again, and I think that's just what it is.
Yeah, another prime example is Shawn Michaels and Triple H were best friends, and they would go back and forth. Heel, you want to be base. One of them be a heel, one be a face. The other one be a heel, face.
Same thing with Stone Cold versus The Rock, right? I think that was,
yeah. Both of them were pretty much faces at times, heels at times, but yeah, man, it was a good night, a good pay per view, and like I said, hopefully, as I mentioned, the podcast, we're trying to get back on to the weekly. If not weekly, we at least drop little specials like this after these pay per views to give our reaction to it.
Pay per view was so good. I ain't never jumped on the podcast before.
I know. I said you made your debut, man. So you come up here. So, man, I'm gonna let y'all go. To everybody, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll post it's the live up now. I'll post a video later tonight. Blast it through social medias. Let's get these numbers up. So final boss, Jeremy, appreciate you for jumping on, man.
Yeah, man, appreciate you having me.
No problem.
This was cool. I'll catch y'all at the end of WrestleMania.
Yeah. All right, dog.
All right.
See you.